Welcome, Divine. Welcome. I was just pulling cards for, I'm going Divine Feminine. Maybe. Am I going to take that tower that's hanging right here? Am I going to take it? I'm going to pull the deck like this and see what happens. It doesn't fall yet. It does. We will take it. We will take it. How are you guys? How are you, Divine? This world is yours. Let's see. Let's see. Do I want another? Yep, one more. I got two. Whoa, I know exactly what this is about. I know exactly what this is about. So this is going to be our Rider-Waite. And then I want to go with the John Holland and see how we feel about it all. Yep, I knew exactly what we were talking about. Full moon energy is beautiful, but it's doing quite a bit. It's doing everything we've talked about. Have no fear, ride the wave, understand it, discern. Yep. Look at those threes. Yep. Bingo. Okay, Divine, I had to grab some light, but while I grabbed some light, I was able to pick up our two cards that fell out, and yes, there were two final cards that fell out as well to match our two for our Rider-Waite. We had our two for John Holland. And not only that, I was able to pull us some Uno cards in to clarify, and we were able to get some Universe and Vortex cards in to clarify to maximize our time, but make sure we get a reading of the fullness of the divine. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of this is going to be, I'm really going to intuit the view of it. You know these cards, they are not new. But one of the biggest things about it is, yes, we start out with that Queen of Pentacles. But understand what this is about. I want you to look at this queen looking down at her pentacle. I mean, just almost like, look, how am I going to multiply this? How am I going to get some more? I value this, but I need to understand the pentacle. I need to know what the pentacle is about. I need to know how I got this, how I get more. What is this with this pentacle? Honey, this is what this reading is about. This is what this reading is about. I'm in a different location. I have been enjoying this moon energy in different ways, okay? Yes, yes, yes. And if you have had any type of struggles, check out the community board. When I told you this would be a time for that gifting to come in, that you would have those feelings, that you check into those ascension symptoms. It is normal and it is natural for the divine. We are literally rising with a big ball that's floating in the middle of the air, and we are going with it. What you're supposed to feel like. Not only that, you can check out the readings to help you understand why now is an important time to be reading those that are around you. Reading those that are around you and why you've had to adjust when it comes to people in your life. You also have a playlist about triggers and detachment. So you know how this show goes. Let's get in here, okay? This is so good. This is so good. good coming back in the energy of the full moon. So we start out, and I'm checking out those pentacles. So it's like, well, if I'm checking out these pentacles, why am I in the boat packing up shop, moving away? What is going on with these swords and moving steady? What is with that? If this is about the pentacles, what is all this about? Then we move into the tower position of it. So I'm studying my pentacles, then I get in a boat, then I end up over here with the tower, jumping out. What is this about? And then we end it with the pentacle transfer, aligned with the Fool. Okay, let's get in it. Let's get in it. Let's get in it. The story is so good. Like, I know exactly what this is about. And this is what you guys really want. Y'all sitting up here DF, DM, DF, DM. But I'm going to tell you something. The DF and the DM, whew, it can look just like any other relationship if you don't have this piece together. You understand? Because it is still a motion of the karmic cycle. And we're going to do one of those readings to see what's happening there as well. Because you do understand, you know, you're the breakers out of that and the recreation of what's new. Yeah. So much more on that. So here we go. Starting out, I'm studying these Queen of Pentacles. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Then I get in this boat and move. I'm standing here. This is just like in the picture that clarifies it with the John of Holland. I'm looking over. I'm looking at the horizon. We also have the full moon that is standing there, which makes this all perfect timing to be doing exactly what we're talking about. This is about material and spiritual prosperity. That is all we are talking about at this point in time. What's happening with your spiritual bank and your material bank? What's happening with that defines the divine feminine and the divine masculine that sets you apart from everybody else on the earth? You're ascended in what? You're supposed to be ascended in specific areas of your life. It should be above, not in equilibrium with everybody else. It should be ascended above in particular specific areas of your life. Your spiritual and your material that handles the physical world and the spiritual world. You should be above on both of them. Ascended. Period. We go right in here. This is a solar plexus. The solar plexus comes in and says that I can. This is why we're moving. We're moving into it. Moving into it. And I'm so proud of you guys because this is what's happening. You're moving into that. You're moving into your spiritual and your material prosperity. That's what this is about. You've examined this thing. You had a little taste of it. You're like, okay, I see what it's about, but how do I get more of it? How do I get more of what's happening? How do I understand what this is about? Well, this is why the tower comes in. And why does the tower come in right with the clarifier of partnership and alliance? It is important that the tower comes in right within that positioning. Because right after the move, because you got to understand what you're moving into. You're moving into, the tower is coming because you have to change the way you've been viewing this thing. In order for you to get the wealth transfer, you have to take a leap. You have to do a full move. A full move is, and literally, full move is literally doing something you haven't done before. If you don't make that full move, you're going to be still sitting here studying this thing. How do I get that spiritual and material prosperity? Looking over at the moon, right here in another full moon. Looking over, how do I get this? Pondering in your head, trying to figure this thing out. Look at those swords in your head, trying to figure this thing out. It's no more in your head trying to figure this thing out. You can actually move into this. But in order to move into this, you're going to have a shakeup. Why? Because you got to have new partnerships and alliances when it comes to this thing. You cannot go about this in the old way that you went about it. Why? The clarifier of the transfer and the leap into the Fool is intuition and firm foundation. which means that you cannot be in your head with this. You have to intuit this thing in order to have a firm, steady foundation that you're sitting over here dreaming and desiring and wanting about. You have to do something new and different that comes from your intuition, that comes from your divine guidance. You have to take those leaps. You cannot do the same thing in order to get this transfer that you are desiring. This is within that physical unionship of the things that you desire with the people around you. That's that union, that physical union. And this is also about your coins, your pentacles, being able to live that abundant life. This is not a union in which you get one thing. This isn't about getting a date. This isn't about having a wedding. This is not about that. Many of you have already had that. You have had many proposals, if not, and you've also had those relationships. This is not about that. This is a divine union. What makes it a divine union is because it comes with material and spiritual prosperity. You get the entire kit and caboodle, but you cannot go about it the same way that you've been going about it. And that's what this reading is coming in. You guys are being directed into intuiting this thing in a new direction, and you are getting it. I am getting that you are getting it. And many of you are in that tower position moment. Some of you are doing that moving ahead. And some of you are sitting there staring at your pentacles like, look, this ain't gonna work. This ain't adding up. How did I get this? Well, I came about this. I manifested this. Well, how do I get more of what I manifested? Blah, 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 blah is what I get that's happening. You have that mental chatter, those words that are happening. Some of you are moving in that direction and you're making big moves. You're making big moves, okay? Big money moves is what I have coming through. So you guys have it, but you're recognizing that your associations, your alignments, your affiliations are shifting, because that is what is required in order for you to have that firm foundation, okay? I went right in and I wanted to know, but not only that, bottom of the deck, transformation. You know, we have to put that out there because that's exactly what's happening here. But I also pulled in the Uno. The Uno is very important because it's the number game, but it also is it's the number game and it's the chakra game. So it pulls it all in there and it lets you know what's really going down. So here we go. We go right here within the 9. So it's like, okay, that's right there. That's right there. But that's right there within the throat chakra position. So that's right there within the throat chakra position. So you're speaking it. You're speaking it. You are speaking what it is that you desire from the heart position, which is adding, which is that intuition that we've talked about. This is following those heart desires and that's adding. So it's like, well, why would we have this reverse coming up within the root chakra of everything? The reverse is coming up at the root chakra of everything to show you. This right here is a beautiful reading because it's showing you how to get there, how you've been getting there, and how you won't make it, and how you've been not getting there. So what makes this beautiful is that we have this coming in right now at the root chakra saying reverse. This right here is that add-on. It's boom. You come out here, you start speaking that thing, you speak it from that heart chakra position of that intuitional spacing that you have developed, and it adds on to you and it puts you right there in that 11 position, which is exactly what you want within that firm foundational position. Well, when we reverse it, you start speaking from that throat chakra position, which is that talk position, but you're not getting anything. It's zero. It amounts to zero from that throat chakra position, which is that you've been talking this game. You've been talking this game for a long time. You've been talking this game about the union. You've been talking this game about your businesses. You've been talking this game about your money. You've been talking this game about where you're going to live. You've been talking this game about what you're going to have is what I'm getting very, very heavy and strongly. Okay? You've been talking this thing on up. And that right there equals you 0. Reverse that thing, come from that intuitive space. You speak that thing, come from that intuitive space. It takes you right there. This is the part that is coming in, that's coming in from the transformation. You also see that transformation. You see that wearing that green dress. That is significant. It's significant to what it's telling you within an intuitive place and taking that leap that you're going to have to take within that full position. You cannot get there doing the same things from the same thought process that you've had. Why is this significant within that root chakra of the red within the reverse? What is it that switches this whole game up? How can we start out in the throat chakra affirming what we want and knowing what we want and speaking it out loud? One way gets us another way and the other way gets us the other way. Understand what the root chakra is. This is that stuff. This is your old belief systems about stuff from the root. From the root of how you believe that you are to obtain things. And this system of thing is very, very 3D structure. It doesn't work like that in the divine world. It does not add up in the divine world. You can speak it and say whatever you want to say. All of that is put all out there. I mean, I love affirmations. They're beautiful. We can affirm it right now. You are the divine. You are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. You will reign. You will have prosperity. You will have love, abundance. Yes, that surpasses many and above. We can do that in an affirmational space. But if your root belief underneath says, ooh, what just came in? What are they going to think? Where is this going to position me in my family? Where is this going to position me in my community? Where is this going to position me in the relationship that I am in currently? Where is this going to position me when it comes to what I have already established? When the root of those thought positioning, it does not matter what we say aloud. So this is what is controlling the reversal as to whether or not you get or whether or not you don't. And understanding that this position of the root of your belief system is coming from your blueprint that you've originally developed. Where you get it, parents. Where you get it, past. Where you get it, it's the stuff you already got. What are we here to do? We're here to create a new thing, a new leap, which means that you're going to have to transform how you're seeing, processing, and viewing things. We go in, what I get? Life is supposed to be good for me. Understanding that the people who are around you and they're going through the things that they're going through. I know it seems like we're getting along, we're all one, we're here, we're the crabs in the bucket, we all share, but that's not how it's supposed to be. You are to get out on your own, you are to look down. Yes, you are to look down, you are to be above, You look down and you become the guiding light because you are looking down and they are looking up at you. And that is how they get out. But you don't go down there and you don't get comfortable being in that place, which means you don't think in the way that everybody thinks and you don't get there in the way that everybody gets there. You get there differently. We come in with the universe card that says, do you know the real reason the rich keep getting richer? Is this not perfect? I told you I knew what this reading was about. No. Besides interest income. No. Besides me pulling strings for them. Right. The thoughts they think. This is all about those root beliefs. That those people obtained it because of who they are. That those people obtained it because of they're charging this and doing this or doing that. No. It says right here, thoughts anyone can think that make those other things happen. Yank the universe. I love these cards because they break it all the way down. It's all about how you're thinking about it. When you're thinking about it, you're thinking about it within limiting belief systems that is interfering with the rise that you are currently seeking is what I get. Do you know what's 1,000,000 times better than getting to the top of the mountain? Getting there after having been lost. Oh yeah, the universe. You want to know why this is important? A lot of these root beliefs have you in a safety zone, because what has happened is that you were able to rise and attain a pinnacle, okay? And once you obtain that pinnacle, some of you have lost it. You lost it. You lost it before. So now you have this rooted belief of safety and comfort. Safety and comfort, not to jump out of that space. Some of you have also grown up in homes and positions in which people have lost it, had to help out, had to be there, had to be that person within the family system. So you're so grateful and you're so thankful for the pinnacle placement, which is understandable, but it's also interfering in you taking a leap that is needed in order for you to have the transfer that you desire to have more. Okay, so this is what we are sitting into right now, and there's nothing wrong with being okay with where you are. But what I'm getting is that right now within the collective, people are not okay with it, and people are ready to take leaps and bounds out of their current position. They are also understanding that this is in connection with the union, the divine union, that it is a very important piece of it in order to say that it is the divine union. So right now we have the root belief. The root belief that is happening is that, yes, you've lost things before, but it is a new day. Yes, what you currently have, it's okay. But think bigger. It's not about you having a job, then leaving a job and going and being an entrepreneur. It's about why you're at the job. Are you at the job with the same belief that everybody else there has? Or are you at the job with a different belief? What's your belief? Are you there? Are you there to learn something? Are you there to get a certain amount of money for something? Are you there to take this to invest into market into this or that or that? Are you there for this specific purpose or reason? Why are you there? Why did you design your job position and manifest it specifically for you? And can you be okay with what you manifested? And do you know that you get to go back and manifest something new if you're not? If you are within entrepreneurship, are you doing it from the place that is serving you? Serving you. What good is it for us to say that we're entrepreneurs if entrepreneurship is not landing us the freedom that we desire? What is your rooting? What's your rooting that may be not allowing you to add up? That looks like you're speaking it into addition, but you're landing in zero. What's happening here? This is where we are. What is the root behind all of it? Is it my position to have this, then also have the job, then also have the entrepreneur? I want to know. I want to know what's underneath it. It's a possibility that both of them can be a placement for you, but we need to know what's underneath it. What is your thought process behind it? What is your rooting? Is it for you? It's not either or. It is which move is new for you. Which move is new for you. You're gonna have to do something new. So if you've been this way, go that way. If you've been that way, go that way. Follow your intuitive guidance. Know that none of it is permanent. It is all to land you to be in this spacing right here. You always get the chance to be in this spacing, which is, where do I go next? Where do I go next for my material and spiritual prosperity? Moving out of the 3D structure says there's no set one way. There's no set one way for the majority to go. We don't break out of those structures to create one set way to go and label it within freedom. Go within your intuitive spacing, discover which route is perfect for you. Take those leaps, understand that this is the transformation of you by any means necessary, and it should not look like the person to the next or to the next. Because understand, it is within this position that determines whether or not you are adding, or you just out there talking and moving and exhausting energy. The golden mission. The golden mission is union. Union within self. Then union with others.